Tall Cam.
Hello.
Oh, you look amazing as usual.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me for a couple of minutes here on Tall Can Listening.
Sure. I'm happy and excited. I'm sorry for making you wait. I know I have a bad habit of making people wait on me. I'm sorry.
Fine, I'll wait as long as you want me to.
Okay, I appreciate that.
So, I mean, we have a lot of questions from people who were anticipating this episode, so I guess we'll jump right into it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. I'm ready.
Okay, so let me see. What's a shoot day routine for you?
Shoot day routine. Okay. So is that like from when I was working in the mainstream porn industry or now?
Also, I had a question about that. So you do OnlyFans like strictly that and not the main industry?
Yeah, so I only do, I'm basically just a content creator now. So I don't shoot, I haven't shot for other companies in quite a few years.
And what made you decide to just do that? Because you're with the Bay Media now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So what made me decide is, you know what? It was kind of weird because I had just moved to LA.
Okay.
So, ideally I was going to be shooting even more. I was going to get even more into the industry.
Yeah.
But then I partnered up with someone and they made me a website for just Nina North, NinaNorth.com. It was xNinaNorthX.com.
Mhm.
And I started selling things on there like Skypes and customs and lingerie and like all kinds of things. And that started really, I was doing well. And then I knew that like OnlyFans was a thing that it hadn't blown up quite yet, but
Yeah.
it was a lot of people were starting to use it. A lot of people were talking about it, a lot of people were getting into it. Like it was like on the rise.
Yeah.
So then I opened up my OnlyFans account and I started my Pornhub, like posting on my own Pornhub. And I just started like making my own content and posting it up, and like it is actually doing really well. So at a certain point I decided, well, I can be at home comfortable making my own content by myself or with a partner.
Yeah.
And I just kind of discovered that I could make just as much money, sometimes more, and I didn't have to do like all the extra stuff that being in mainstream required. So it just seemed more it just made more sense to like build my own brand. What?
It's like more reasonable for you to just do that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I just decided to go with it full time, and I've been doing that ever since.
One of the questions we got was, are you willing to tell us your OnlyFans earnings?
um, am
Ballpark.
I? Am I? Okay. I think so. I think that's okay with me. So right now I'm still in the building process with my OnlyFans, so it hasn't been like crazy. So
Yeah.
currently it's kind of at like on average like 6K a month. So, that's still growing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean that seems like a lot to me. So you're doing
It's
well.
pretty good. I mean, that coupled with like all the other, like I have like, so many different revenue streams. So, really happy. But yeah, but just as far as like the OnlyFans itself, definitely not it's not like crazy yet. So I'm still in the building process with that.
What's the craziest messages you receive in your inbox?
Oh my God. Well, I don't know. The craziest ones to me, I think, are the ones where for some reason, I don't know what the hell it is that's going on with these people that do this, but there are a shocking, alarming amount of people that are supposedly so in love with me. And like I mean, that's the craziest thing to me. It's like, because I get a lot
Yeah.
of weird sexual messages and, of course, things like that. But the
Yeah.
weirdest thing to me are the guys that are like, Nina, please, like, I want to marry you. I love you. You mean everything to me. Like, just like I mean, paragraphs from like a bunch of different people too. So that's the craziest thing to me is stuff like that.
I mean, did you expect that with the to come with the territory, or it's unexpected?
No, I didn't expect it. I mean, I expected dick pics. I expected people to be like weirdly sexual in my DMs. I expected all of that.
Yeah,
I never expected people to say
fall in
those
love.
things. Yeah, like I never expected people to, I know it's not real too, because it's like, how
Yeah,
could it be real, right? But I just doesn't make sense to me why anyone would do that, or would say that.
your videos have an effect on them. I mean, that's
I guess so. I mean, it's like how horny do you have to be like, let me let me be your husband. Like I'm ready to marry you. Like that's next level.
so. I mean, so what's the most money a fans ever sent you?
Um, well, I think like camming days were probably the times when uh I would get like some like crazy guys. Oof, I don't know. I've had a couple fans have probably spent like tens of thousands of dollars on
Wow,
me.
good for you.
Um, yeah, like during, camming, I would have random guys would come in and just like drop like 5K, like on just a random night. Then I had like longer term, kind of not like relationships, but
Yeah,
like online relationships with people, where we would do like Skypes and like talk every day and stuff. Like a couple of different people that probably would get probably like I don't know, maybe like 20-30 thousand dollars in the
crazy.
end.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, so that's where the real money is because I guess because I've been spending I guess more of my time kind of on one-on-one
Yeah.
relationships with fans. So that's where I've really been making like a lot of money versus I have not spent as much time focusing and growing my OnlyFans, which is what I'm starting to do now. So I'm
Yeah.
starting to, focus on that instead.
Well, that leads to a question from Nerd Rock Josh. He wants to know, do you think adult entertainers have it way better now by having the option to interact with fans via the internet versus the adult video store circuits of the past?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I mean, there's so much more opportunity now, there's with people with like sites like OnlyFans where you can easily connect to your fans and it's so much easier now that way versus in the past there was always like a disconnect like you had social media
Yeah.
but you didn't like the guys weren't paying you on social media and girls don't really like using payment apps so in the past we never really did that because we get kicked off of everything so fast
Yeah.
so we didn't have a lot of good easy ways to get to communicate with our fans in a way that we're also being compensated in the past so now we do have like really easy convenient ways that don't take like 40-50% because
Yeah.
some fans could tip you on like cam sites but they take like a big
A lot.
cut yeah so yeah it's way easier now for sure.
Speaking of getting kicked off, why do you keep making new Instagrams and TikToks and what's the problem there?
So basically, Mark Zuckerberg is my number one enemy. I always say this because because he just fucking sucks. Like Instagram is notorious for this, where they just don't like sex workers, and that I've been kicked off of Instagram so many times and it
I
really
know.
sucks because if I had my original account I would have grown such a big following by now but it's so hard to grow a following when
Yeah.
you have to make a new Instagram every year or every 2 years so and then TikTok I've had the same TikTok the entire time I just don't I'm not very active on
Uh,
TikTok so I don't have much of a following there but so far, I have only had one TikTok, so fingers crossed that we can just keep that one.
well, then there's lots of fake ones out there. I'm sure you're aware of fake
Oh,
TikTok, fake
absolutely. Oh, my
Instagrams.
God. They're absolutely rampant. Yes.
Yes. Let me see. Josh Guajardo wants to know, at what point do you start to consider my relationship to be obsessive with you?
Your relationship?
Yes, being that you're
Well,
my favorite.
I've never gotten any obsessive vibes from you at
Thank you.
all. So started to, then at that point I would, but I've never had that from you whatsoever. You've always been like super chill and respectful. So
And I
yeah, that's
always
not
will.
even. Yes, I believe it.
Let's see. Who would play you in a movie?
Oh my god, I've never thought about that before.
Who would you want to play you?
God. That's such a tough question. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like actresses and like who I'd want. I mean, who looks like me? I don't know. I don't know any actresses I think that look like me really.
I can't think of any.
Um, no, there's only one actress I think that kind of looks like me, but she's like, older now, so she wouldn't play me now. And I
Who is
forgot
it?
her name, so I can't even tell
Never
you because
mind.
I forgot her name.
Never mind.
No,
Um,
I did. I totally forgot her name. She's not very well known actress. But so I can't. I don't have any person that I can think of. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me.
uh, you're one of a kind. I can't.
Right? I play myself in a movie.
There, perfect answer.
Yeah.
Let me. Summer Sleep Music wants to know which role takes more dramatic range, stepmother or stepsister?
What role is more dramatic?
Yeah,
Is
or
that
yeah, I guess so. For you,
um stepmother for sure? Because when you've got the stepmother, you've kind of got a little bit of more dominant because you're sort of a parental figure, right? So, yeah, for sure. I think that it entails more energy, I think. Yeah, because it's easy to act like, a young bratty girl, because that's what I've done my entire career. So these new
and that's
stepmom ones that I'm trying to force the stepmom role right now because I know I'm not quite stepmom or MILF yet. So that
there.
takes
There,
more. That's more
I
dramatic.
remember,
Yes.
I remember the first video I saw you in. I was like, that's my favorite.
Which
Do you
video
know?
was that?
I don't know the guy's name or anything, but you were in a pink hoodie and pink top.
Yes, Pink Hoodie. I think that was with Chris Strokes or I don't remember what the site was called. I think a Bang Bros site, something like that. Was it like really rough?
Yes, that's the one.
Yes. Okay. I think that site had a weird title, like
I
not
don't
like
remember
abuse me, but like something like that. Like
that might
something
have been it might have been something like yeah.
it was along those lines. Yes, I remember that scene.
That's where I was like, yeah, that's gonna be my favorite adult actress.
I
That's it.
love that scene because I love rough sex. So yeah, no, I definitely remember that.
Let me see. Andro6657 wants to know, are you a wrestling fan at all?
So growing up, sister and I were mainly because my little sister, she was a big tomboy and she was really into it. She was really into WWE.
Okay.
And so she kind of I was like a really, really big girly girl. So complete opposite of her. So, but somehow she like got me into it and we would watch wrestling, like WWE matches together. We went to a WWE match one time, which was John Cena versus Randy Orton.
I love it.
Yeah, so and I was like obsessed with John Cena, but now I definitely don't. I can get into like MMA. I like MMA.
The real stuff.
And stuff like that. Yes, but like entertainment wrestling, not so much anymore.
Okay. Cecile wants to know the craziest experience in your career so far.
Craziest experience. Huh, crazy good or crazy bad is the question.
Oh,
I actually do have a crazy experience one time. There was this crazy thing that happened where, I was on set with this company, this girl company, I can't remember exactly which one, but I was on set with Jenna Sativa, which was, like, my favorite girl to work with ever at the time, and we were supposed to do 2 scenes that day, but we got done with our first scene, and then apparently one of the neighbors had called the cops and told them that we were shooting porn there,
oh,
and
yeah.
I guess this company didn't have the necessary permits because, in Los Angeles, you're supposed to have certain permits to be able to shoot
Oh, okay.
porn.
I didn't
So
know
I
that.
guess this, yeah, yeah. So you're supposed to have these permits so that you're allowed to do this. But apparently, I guess they didn't, and so it was like insane because they told us they were just like, hurry up, pack your stuff up as quick as you can. We have to get out of here now. I was like, it was so crazy. I was just like, "What is going on? I feel like we're doing something illegal. Like, this is
Yeah,
insane." Yeah, but I think they were just gonna get, like, a huge fine or something. So, yeah, that was crazy, that because it was, like, actually scary. I was like, "Did is something like, what's going on?" It was so confusing.
that's
Yeah, that was the
wild.
craziest I think that's the craziest experience. Other than that, I had a lot of crazy experiences offsets with, like, people in the industry, like girls and parties and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, what's one you can think of real quick? Like the worst one. If you don't want to, if I mean, if you want to talk about it, if not, it's fine.
I mean, it's really just like it was more like me witnessing things and not me being involved because I was never involved in like the drama or
Yeah.
the craziness. I was just like watching. But I watched so many times like some girls at the model house fights.
Oh,
Because we have these model houses in LA, like all the agents have a model house where girls can come and stay there when they're in town to shoot if girls
yeah.
don't live there. So, my model house, um, we had a lot of different girls that would come, and a lot of girls were new girls. Some of the girls were fucking crazy, and girls would just like, I just witnessed a lot of crazy fights, like fist
Yeah.
fights, and like girls throwing each other's clothes off the balcony, and like, I mean, wild shit like that. Yeah.
Stay away from the drama.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, I guess it's more like witnessing crazy things than me actually being involved in crazy things.
One of our last segments is tall can venting. Or do you have anything to get off your chest that you just hate in general? It could be something serious or something small.
Tall can venting. Okay. What do I want to vent about? Well, I mean, there's a thing today. I replied to something on Twitter and I got the replies, which a bunch of like incel kind of guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll vent about that because I mean, yeah, basically just these, I don't know, they're just so angry at girls for doing porn and doing OnlyFans things. It's like,
They're
I
haters.
mean, there's such haters. There's no bigger haters than these kinds of men, you know? Yeah, so I'm just like getting attacked by these fucking guys because just because I said something like simple about this guy was talking about how he really protects his new girlfriend or something because she only has one body. And then I replied and I was like, that's big weirdo energy or something like
Yeah.
that. And these fucking boys are coming for me and just,
Fuck them.
calling me all kinds of names and shit and just like talking about, just the typical shit about how like I'm how I should never voice my opinion because I'm just a thought and like all this kinds of shit. So like
That's
it's
it.
just so funny. Like I guess that's the only thing I have to vent about today because I'm just like so annoyed with that shit. And I'm like and like I'm so unbothered too, you know? It's like
That's good.
it will never hurt my feelings. It's just funny to me how stupid and closed-minded and stuff these fucking men are, and like their ideas of women and how women should behave and stuff.
They don't. They don't get it. Will we ever get Nina North merch? Real quick.
I don't think I'll ever do merch.
No T-shirt,
No.
stickers.
No, because I've just never been into, like, I've never been a merch girl, you know.
Okay. Well, I'd
So
buy
yeah, I
one
don't know.
eventually. Ever decide to put anything out?
Okay, well, if I ever make any merch, then I'll send you some for free.
Okay, that sounds perfect to me. All right,
Yeah,
Pierre.
so I'll let you know.
I want to thank you for everything, Nina.
Thank you for having me on. This
Of
was
course,
awesome.
thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Yes, thank you. And thank you to all the Tall Can listeners. I hope you enjoy this episode.
Yes. All right, I'll talk to you later, Nina.
All right. Bye.
Keep smashing doors and banging whores. Tall Can.